Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface with my Loki Season 1, Please Don't Get Another, Episode 3 discussion. These aren't particularly reviews, discussion about the show. I know some of you are liking it. I think I've made my position perfectly clear on the first 2 episodes. I found them excruciatingly boring. I've found them... the show to me is just terrible. Loki's a second fiddle in his own show. Well, we heard this one before, folks. He's a joke the majority of the time. He's seemingly lost 90%, 95% of his powers because he just seems to be a bit of a pussy now for the most part as well. And episode 3, how did episode 3 go for me? Well, I felt as if I completely and utterly wasted my time watching it. Wasted my time. Now, I'm just starting on the end credits here because the writer of this, Bisha K. Ali, just want to alert you to their IMDb. Of course, it's a woman. Bisha K. Ali is a screenwriter and stand-up comedian. No. Known for her personal political comedy. Oh my God. You can find them on the Guilty Feminist podcast. Yay! And what else have they written? What is their body of work that has allowed them to walk into Marvel Studios and pick up Loki? Virtually nothing. Just like everyone else. Huzzahs! Virtually nothing in terms of writing, but they are the writer of the upcoming Ms. Marvel TV show because same color skin. That's what we do now. That's what we do now at Marvel. It's just about segregational work. But again, just somebody else with a light body of actual work gifted a show like this. Why? We all know why. So let's go back to the beginning of the episode. After the recap, we get some Batwoman levels of terrible music. Fuck off. Christian channel. And then we start off with the woman, the TVA agent that was kidnapped by female Loki, who will lead male Loki around for most of this episode, and then ultimately it's all for nothing. But don't worry about that. Having your time wasted is really cool nowadays, I guess. And at in last week's episode, this agent said, "Oh no, I've told her everything. I've told her where the timekeepers are." For some reason, we need to start off this episode with them showing how female Loki got the information out of her when it was succinctly dealt with by one line of dialogue in the last episode. But hey, let's just waste a few minutes for no reason. Thank you for wasting my time as you drink margaritas and then you keep asking periodically, where are the timekeepers? And the woman going, Loki, the terrible credits, the black and white credits where the name changes and virtually nothing happens. So the doorway that she opened up at the end of the last episode leads back to the TVA. Remember when Loki in the first episode landed in the Gobi Desert? I thought he was on a different planet. Apparently he was in the Gobi Desert or something. Yeah, I'm drinking Monster. Fucking stop me. And he was immediately taken out by body diversity diverse guard number 1 in a split second, because he's just a useless male, of course. He's a joke in his own show. Well, female Loki just absolutely obliterates her way through timekeepers like they are absolutely nothing whatsoever, doing all kinds of squiggly biggly jumps and twists and poopy whoopies. because, of course, way better. Loki arrives back. He tries to say, hey, let's work together. Then the boss female turns up, and female Loki gets the better of male Loki. Obviously, folks. You can't have a man beat a woman now. No. It's 2021. Everything's a strong woman. Every man's an absolute fucking cock. And Loki hits the time portal, and they zap through another time portal to somewhere. Or as I like to call it, complete waste of my time place. We're now going to waste the next 30 minutes in the complete waste of time space. Loki steals the door opening thingy majiggy, but it's run out of power, so they can't zap out of there. So they have to find somewhere to charge it back up, and they need a huge power source to do it, even though she will try and trick him early on that it's a small power source. And they are on a planet called Lamentis 1 that just so happens to look like a very boring quarry. And with whatever. The year is 2077, and their moon is disintegrating and will crash into the world, and the world will be wiped out. Ticking clock. Oh boy. So they walk, they talk, they do some running around. She, of course, is always ahead of male Loki. He must always be behind the woman. And if you think, aren't you just being a little bit too much with this? The answer is no. These are very, very purposeful physical positions that they're doing. Loki, even though it's his own show, is subservient to the female, because the female is Gwen. So the bits of the moon are falling down and they're running away, and she explains to male Loki, because male Loki is ignorant, of course, obviously, where they are and what's going on and what's going to happen. She tries to enchant him. It doesn't fail because he says his mind's too strong. I bet it's for another reason. Ultimately, they look, oh my god. That face. That face. He keeps calling her Loki. She keeps saying, stop calling me Loki. I'm not a Loki. My name's Sylvie or Sylvia. Sylvie, I think it is. You know, because a woman transcends Loki. Way better. So the stakes are set. And when I say stakes, I mean I couldn't give a shit. They have to charge up the Fallout 76 time portal button so they can create a door and get off the planet before the planet is destroyed by the crushing moon. So they do a lot of walking on gravel in a really uninspired environment. A lot of walking and talking. And what, you're never going to believe this, folks, but walking and talking and walking and talking. Nothing really is learnt from all of this. This isn't really inspired dialogue, which opens up a whole window into the soul of the characters. No, it's just rather boring, inane, nothing really exposition dumping conversation. Again, I will stress for the people out there, I know there are some that like this. I don't understand what show you're watching. Okay? I really don't. So they get to this town, abandoned town, and female Loki, Sylvie, is like, give me the device, I'll charge it on this light here. And Loki's like, ha, yeah, I give you that device. You charge it up, and then you get out of here. And she's like, well, there's not enough charge here to charge up anyway. Loki had said earlier he's got super duper tech he's got super duper tech powers. And she's like, if you had super duper tech powers, then you would have known this. So I know that you're just BSing and you're just holding on to the time thing, but you don't know anything about it. Of course he doesn't know anything about it. He's male Loki. He's a joke in his own show. So she gets the better of that. They come to a woman's house. Female Loki opens the door and gets blasted back by some gun. Male Loki looks in the window, sees a photo of a husband, puts an illusion on as a husband, and then he gets blasted back. Ha 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 ha! What the fuck am I watching? More standing and talking, more walking and talking. The woman won't leave her house. She's gonna die there. Whatever. So they get to a what I think is some sort of railroad platform. It's a quasi. The society seems to be some sort of quasi tech, non-tech society. I don't flipping know. Just think about it, the outer rim of space. Think about Firefly, outer rim of space type of thing. So Loki just disguises himself in front of everybody. Everybody here. He just flicks an illusion that he's a guard. Nobody says a thing. Nobody says a word, even though he just did it right in front of their faces. Whatever. And then they blag their way onto the train. He can't get them onto the train, so Sylvie uses her enchanting powers to get them onto the train. Now we're going to have... And by the way, we're about halfway through the episode now. It's a short episode. It was just about 30 minutes long. You know, the way that they kind of did WandaVision, they had a couple of longer ones, and then they had a couple of absolutely tiny episodes. This is a much shorter episode. And they sit down and they just decide to talk about women. Specifically, Loki's mum. And how great she was and how wonderful she was. And I'm fine with that. But, you know, not Dad. We're not going to talk about Dad. Because Dad's male. It's all about just whamming and strong whamming and, you know, strong inverted commas. Flipping ignore it. And they talk and they talk and they sit and they talk. And there's nothing more fun in a TV show than walking and talking and sitting and talking about nothing. I love Memology 101. I love the guy. I think his channel's amazing. Go subscribe to Memology 101 right now. That's the only place I need to get my news from. He says he's liking the show. Not the best, he said, but I'm liking the show. I don't see it. I don't see it, my beautiful taco friend. I don't see it. So they sit and talk, and they sit and talk about mum. And then drinks come along, and he has a couple of champagnes, and it's more talking and sitting and talking and sitting and talking. Minutes are going past now, people, of sitting and talking. Sitting and talking, sitting and talking, sitting and talking, sitting and talking about not a lot. Not a lot at all. Loki, female Sylvie falls asleep, wakes up. Male Loki's now got rid of his illusion, so he's back in his TVA outfit. And he's singing along with the rest of the rich passengers, because only the rich get to survive, obviously. Down with capitalism. You go, girl. Fuck off. Boring. Sylvie's just like, but where's your costume? Some guy looked at you and now he's gone away. He's going to get the guards, blah, blah, blah. And then male Loki's just like, it's the end of the world. Nobody cares. Asgard songs, Asgard songs. Wasting my time. Wasting my time. More talking, standing and talking. When they were sat down, by the way, do you know what they were talking about? Because I glossed over it. You know, yes, they spent part of the time talking about women, talking about his mother, not his father, just his mother. And then they spent another part of the time talking about love. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me no more. No, not even that. Just what is love? Now, Loki, now that he's drunk, says love is like a dagger and blah, blah, blah. And he gives an awful, awful analogy. And then she says, that's awful. And he says, yes. That was a great use of dialogue. Jesus. So the guards come in and they're just like, can I see your ticket, please? And they're just like, no, let's have a fight. So they have a fight. Loki throws somebody out of a window, then gets thrown out of the window. So Sylvie, who's been defeating her guards, jumps out of the window after him because he's got the hoofa doofa to create the time portals. But he realizes that in falling out of the train, it's destroyed the hoofa doofa. So now they can't create a time portal to go where they want. So now they're trapped on a planet that's going to be destroyed by a disintegrating moon. And Loki says, well, what about the Ark? Because this is where the train's going. It's going to an Ark, and the Ark's going to fly into the sky and save a small proportion of the populace. And she says, well, the Ark's destroyed. It never gets off the planet. The Ark's destroyed, and the planet gets destroyed. And then Loki says, well, the Ark didn't have us two on it, did it? So they're like, yeah, let's walk very slowly in this disintegrating planet to the town that has the Ark. Because we had to get there by train, but I'm sure walking slowly on feet will get there quick enough. You're never going to believe this, people. It gets them there quick enough. Wasting my time, sitting and talking, talking and sitting and talking, more sitting and talking, more walking and talking, walking and talking, sitting and talking, walking and talking. So they get to the the town. I think before the town, we learn the one bit of interesting information. And the one bit of interesting information is that everybody who works for the TVA hasn't been created by the Time Lords, gods, people. The people who work for the TVA are all variants. All of them are variants that have been living in regular time at some point, but the Time Lords of the Time people, the Time fucking lizards, have pulled them out. Christian channel, don't yellow me. Who the lizard people have pulled out, and now they work for the TVA, but they don't remember. They don't know that they're not variants. That's the only bit of that's the only interesting thing. The whole show. Well, the one interesting bit of information, I should say. So here's the Ark, and here's the town, and Loki's like, right, we got to fight our way through. So we actually get a relatively, comparative to the rest of the episode, because it's nearly over now, folks. Interesting kind of like fight scene where they're going through everyone to try and get to the Ark. So they're blasting some guards away and all this kind of stuff. And it's kind of like Pompeii, you know, stuff is flying everywhere, and then they get to the Ark, and it blows up. The Ark blows up, so they can't leave the planet, and that's the end of the episode. So that didn't waste my time at all. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. And only one bit of real interesting information, which was about the TVA. And everything that they were fighting towards in the episode was useless. Because the Ark got blown up. What a complete and utter waste of in time. So, I say clearly, because it's the only rationale. The TVA are going to turn up on the planet next episode, and they're going to escape with them or get captured by them and taken away. What a waste of time! I thought this episode was boring, was useless, as I said, a waste of my time. I have no idea what is going on with the Marvel MCU at the moment, other than this new phase is absolute trash. But some of you like it, and I love you. I do love you. I just don't get it. I just don't get what you're seeing, and I'm not. I really don't. I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and YouTube for live streaming. Links are in the description box down below. I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.